Ibanez Guitar Lessons. I'm instructor Dwayne Jenkins. In today's video lesson, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking about how to repair a headstock, a cracked headstock, okay? Now on these Ibanez guitars, one of the things that's real popular with these is they have these thin whizzer necks, and what happens is they fall off the guitar stand, and it cracks the headstock, okay? The nut has been put from the back, and this causes a stress point, okay? And the reason why I built this guitar is because I had another guitar, it was a Saber. Played that for like 20 years, and it cracked, fell off the guitar stand, and the headstock cracked. And I glued it, and it stayed for a while, and it fell again and cracked again, and tried to fix it a few different times. Had a few different people take a look at it, and just over the years, it was just to the point where it wasn't staying glued properly, okay? And then it would crack again. I'd glue it, it would fall, when you're playing gigs or teaching lessons or moving it around a lot, not really taking care of it like you should be. At least I wasn't. It would crack again and break again, or I'd use the whammy bar, and it would throw it out of tune. And so I just figured, well, it's probably best to just retire it. So when I did that, that's when I built this guitar, because I was looking for a replacement, and they didn't make that model left-handed. It was actually right-handed, kind of turned up lefty like Jimi Hendrix does. And so that's why I built this guitar. This is actually a left-handed RG model, and I love this one. And so I've been playing this one for a few years, and I just kind of retired that other one. But over the years, just recently, I came across another Saber a friend gave me, and it had the same problem and had a repaired neck and stuff. And I switched it out, and I'll show you that one in the next video. But to make this video, long story short, I wanted to see if I could repair that headstock, okay? See if I could get, and I was told that it can't be done because I use super glue, and over the years it's been glued and re-glued, and it was to the point now where it just can't be done. So I thought, well, maybe if I could get all that super glue out of there, I might be able to get the glue down in there, because now, some of the luthiers, I've seen them use these tips, these long glue tips that they can use to fix cracks like in acoustic guitars, and that was the problem that I had. I couldn't get the glue down in that crack long enough, so I would just glue around the edges, and I just couldn't get it to glue properly. And I'm not a luthier, so I didn't really know what I was doing anyway, and I would take it to some luthiers and they'd tell me it can't be fixed. So I thought, well, let's just give it a try. What do I got to lose, right? So that's what today's video is going to be about, is fixing my headstock on my green guitar. I call it the Green Monster, and let's take a look at that, okay? If you got a few minutes, let's take a look. Okay, so what we have here in this kind of makeshift video here is we have my Green Monster guitar. It's a guitar I've had for about 25 years. And unfortunately, as we pan over here to the headstock, you can see it is broken. It was actually cracked to begin with. And as I was trying to fix it, I kind of broke it even worse. So now it's actually broken in 3 pieces. So what I'm going to try to do is glue it and see if I can fix this bad boy. See if I can get it to play again. I don't know. As you can see, it's been played pretty well, and it's like my favorite guitar. Had it for about 25 years, and gonna see if I can fix it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this onto here, let that be clamped, and then I'm going to eventually glue that onto there, and see if I can get this bad boy working again. So we'll see. Alright, so the first step is I'm going to glue this piece here onto here. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is, you can see the fretboard's jacked up. So I don't even know if this is possible, if this thing is even going to work. But we're going to give it a shot. What the hell? Got nothing to lose, really. Just try to glue that together and clamp that so that, as you can see, that was where it originally broke, was right there. And then it broke here too. So that's the first part of the process, is try to glue that fretboard back to the neck. This will probably never be the same. I'm sure it won't, but you never know. Might get lucky. So I'm going to glue that. Look at that. Is that all jacked up or what, man? If I'm even close to being able to fix this, it's going to be a miracle. Alright, so let me get that taken care of, and we'll proceed forward. Okay, so here I've got it glued together. I've got it clamped. And I'm gonna leave that for a couple days, but at least overnight. Should be good overnight. Try to clamp that as tight as possible without, you know, you don't want to break it or anything, but do want to get it nice and tight. And there should be enough glue there because you can see it coming out of the sides. So if that glues and it holds, like I'm hoping that it will, and that should be good. That should be good. As you can see, it's a pretty bad break, so I don't know if it's going to work in the long run, but we're going to give it a shot. Alright, so that's what you got to do is first, that's the first step. Alright, so here we are at second phase of the operation here. We're now going to take the clamps off of here, see how this glued. Hopefully it glued good, like it's supposed to. How does that look there? I think that glued okay. And if I can put this together, it's going to be a miracle if this thing actually works. As you can see, it looks like the glue's good there. As you can see, it cracked there, and it cracked again right there. And look at that. Jeez, that's terrible. So now what we're going to do is try to, or at least what I'm going to do is put this like that. And try to clamp that with that and clamp it, and maybe if I'm lucky, maybe it'll all come together okay. I don't know. It's pretty bad. But we're going to give it a shot, see how it works. As you can see, kind of that's how your guitar looks. The truss rod goes through there. That's what your guitar looks like when it's got a broken headstock on it. So we get that glued up, and we'll take a look at that, okay? Okay, so there we go. This is either going to work or it isn't. I've got it clamped, as you can see. See right there where that crack is? I got it clamped with 3 clamps. And I'm going to just let it sit there for a couple days. Might not take that long, but... And this is the final thing. Either it's going to work or it isn't. Either it's going to work or it isn't. So hopefully it will, but we'll see. Okay, so now comes the moment of truth here. I think this has been clamped long enough, about 24 hours, so I'm going to unclamp it and see how it looks. It's still kind of, I don't know if it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad, as you can kind of see. It's been glued many times, you know, over the years and stuff, so I don't know if it's really going to hold or not, but I'm going to give it a shot. I still got a few more spots now. I'm going to try to put a little more glue in right here by the nut. And then we'll assemble it and see if I can get it put back together and see if it works. Alright, so I'll keep you posted. Alright, so what we're working on now is a second operation of my headstock reconstruction surgery. This guitar is about 25, 30 years old, something like that. I think I got it in the early 90s, brand new. And I played the hell out of it. And over the years it's fallen off first fell off the stand and broke, and had a friend of mine reglue it. And then, you know, just because I was playing a lot of gigs and doing stuff, it fell again, broke again. And the problem is I never really I could get the glue where I really wanted it down in the inside. So I'm thinking maybe that it broke in, you know, half this time might be better, because I was able to get the glue where I wanted it. But I still have to do some more reconstructive surgery here, trying to get the glue in these little cracks. And I don't even know if this is ever really going to be the same or not. It probably won't be, but you know, it's a fun project to do anyway. So this is operation number 2 here. It's probably about 10 actually on this guitar, but just trying to get some more glue into these crevices here, and then we'll let that set and try to reglue it some more and see if it holds. The main thing is if it'll hold, you know, because the thing about a guitar is it's under tension from the strings, especially these kind of guitars. You got strings on the front, and it's got the tremolo. And when you use the tremolo, you know, that was the problem I was having before, is it kept popping the glue joint, because I could never really get it glued well enough. And
Tried to find somebody to glue it for me, and they told me it can't be fixed. So I thought, all right, well, what the heck? Let's just give it a shot. You know, it's just a project. It might not work, might not. Who knows? But it's just a fun thing to see if it will anyway. So I'll just finish up some of this reconstructive surgery here. My guitar here, I don't know if it'll ever work the same, might not, but you know, I've got other guitars, so it's not really a problem, but I just thought I would try to do it anyway. What the hell, right? What's the worst that could happen? It doesn't work? Breaks again? Well, that won't be a big deal because it's already been broken about 10 times, I think, already, so hopefully it won't break again, but it could. Alright, so I think that's good for right now. Got some of the wood in there in the inside where we need it. Let that dry and see what happens, and then get all that where I need it to be. We'll let that dry and see what happens. We'll try to put it all back together. That's going to be the test. See if it'll hold under pressure. Which it might not, I don't know, we'll see. Alright. Okay, so there it is. There's the guitar. Glued, I think it's glued about as good as it's going to get, to be honest with you. As like I told you, it's been broken several times and re-glued and broken and re-glued, so either it's going to hold or it isn't. That's pretty much it. And if it doesn't, I understand, no big deal. But I thought, what the hell, let's give it a try. So if it actually does hold, I'll be just surprised as hell. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'm going to get it all put together. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to sand this stuff down better. Get this sanded smooth. I got a lot of extra glue on there. So I'm going to sand that down smooth stuff. And then put it back together and see if it holds. We'll see. So check it out. Alright, so there it is. I think I've pretty much done everything I can to it. That's where it is right there. You can tell exactly where it was broken, everything right there. So I just glued all that and sanded it down and hoping that it'll stay, you know. Hoping anyway. Fun of it. So now what I got to do is I got to put the nut back on the truss rod cover. Or the truss rod, I mean. So you got the truss rod sticking right through here. That's your truss rod. And that goes through every electric guitar. It's got that. Keeps it from bowing and things like that. So there it is. And so now what I'm going to do is try to put it back together and hope that it all works. And we'll see. Thanks.
Alright, so here we are at the final installment of our headstock repair lesson. I've got the strings on now and I've got it all tuned up. And as you can see in the back, see it's been repaired. It's just about the 10th operation on this thing over the last 20 years, but it's working good now. Stays in tune, plays good, good action. All right, so it worked. Got it working. And if I could just keep it from falling off the headstock, I'll be all right. I mean, off the guitar stand, because that's a problem with these guitars. They fall off the guitar stand and they crack. But that lets you know that it can be glued. So if you have that problem with your guitar, if the headstock breaks off or something, just know that you can fix it. You just got to glue it good, clamp it good, let it set, do all that good stuff. And I just used some Elmer's wood glue. I know they say you should use some Type Bond or some, luthier glue, but I didn't have any, so I just used that, and it seems to me like it works good. It actually plays really, really well. Really, really well. I'm really glad about it. It plays really good. Has good action and everything, so if I could just keep my pick from falling out of my hand, that might help. So this guitar's back in action now, so thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. Hope you learned something. And be sure to subscribe to the channel. Click the bell for future notifications. And we'll be taking a look at some really good stuff next time, our next video about guitar learning, anything that have to do with guitar. Subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. And check out my website at Dwayne's Guitar Lessons for future guitar lessons that really help you out with your guitar playing, alright? So thank you so much for watching. Until our next lesson, take care.